people of the world, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing really good. You're having a good day, good night, good afternoon, whatever time it is you're watching this video. So today I have for you two short legends. The first one is about a mannequin that was brought to Chihuahua, Mexico, which Chihuahua is a state of Mexico. And it comes to life at night. Yeah, that's gonna be the first one. Let's get to it. I want you all to meet La Pascualita. A beautiful mannequin was brought to the store La Popular on March 25th, 1930. She was known as La Chonita, but later on they changed her name to La Pascualita due to how much she looked like her owner. But La Pascualita didn't just have a beautiful figure. She had so many details that looked as if she was alive. Her hands, her hair, her face, everything looked so real. You could even think it was a real human body. One of the stories behind this legend says that Pascualita Esperanza, which was the owner, had a daughter that died. She died one day before her wedding because of a scorpion that was hiding in her tiara. Concerned and maybe crazy mother decided to embalm her. She thought it would be a good idea to cover her daughter's body with wax, put her in the display window as a mannequin. This way she could have her daughter forever. Another story says that it was one of her ex-boyfriends, the one that killed her, because he couldn't take the pain of her getting married to somebody else. So he decided to stab her. After Doña Pascuala's death in 1967, the owner, other people bought the store, the dress shop, but they decided to keep the mannequin in the window where it had always been. And this attracted tourists from all over the country to go see this mannequin that might be a real human body. After some time, like always, people started telling stories about how they would see her walking inside the store, how she would change positions, how her facial expression would change if somebody did something they didn't like, or if somebody she didn't like touch her, how her expression would change. People don't even have to go inside the store to feel this. If you just walk in front of the window where she's at, you can feel her eyes watching you the whole way you pass through there. And others don't even dare to walk on that side of the sidewalk. They decide to go on the other side because they're too scared to walk by there. All the stories of people saying that she's a real person even had the authorities go check her to see if she's a real body or not. But not everybody sees her as something bad. Some stories say that brides-to-be go to this dress shop to see what dress she's wearing that day, and they choose that one because they think it'll bring them good luck. And yeah, that's the Pascualita for you. It's a little creepy, but okay. The next story is about a woman with horseshoes. How God or the devil punished her and this priest for living together. As you may or may not know, Catholic priests or preachers are not allowed to get married with, a woman. They get married with the church or with God or whatever. As maybe a pastor can get married or can have a family, the Catholic priest usually can't. And so this priest and this woman were living together, but that wasn't right because he wasn't supposed to do that. So today, I want you to meet the woman in horseshoes. Let's get to it. At the end of the 16th century, on door number 3 of the street Puerta Falsa of Santo Domingo lived a priest with his girlfriend. Some people used to say that she was already married. Some people say she was his housekeeper. The truth is, they were living in sin. A few houses down the street lived a blacksmith who was also good friends with the priest. And he would always tell the priest not to live with her, to stop, to get in the right path again, because they were going to get punished by God or, like I said, by the devil or whoever. But the priest didn't listen, and he liked living with this woman. One night, in the middle of the night, the blacksmith heard violent knocks on his door. He thought there might be thieves, so he quickly got up and went to open the door. As he opened the door, he noticed that there were two really tall men wearing all black. Couldn't really see their faces because of the darkness of the night, and they were wearing a hood kind of thing. And he also noticed that they had a mule with them. They told him it was his friend, the priest's mule, and he needed horseshoes on it because he needed to go out really early the next morning, and it was kind of an emergency. The blacksmith didn't say anything else, and he got to putting the horseshoes on the mule, but he was a little mad. He was wondering why the priest wanted his mule to have horseshoes this late at night. But he did the job because that was his job, and the priest was his friend. When he finished, the two men in black took the mule with them, and they were hitting her really violently, and he told them to please stop because that wasn't right. And every time they would whip it, the mule did this horrible cry. The next morning, early, he went to go see the priest to see why he needed this. And when he got to his house, he noticed that he was still sleeping, and his girlfriend was next to him. The blacksmith told him what happened. The priest said he didn't send anybody with his mule, especially at that time. And they left it like that. They thought somebody wanted to play a joke on them or played a joke on them. So he decided to wake up his girlfriend to tell her the story. But when he called her, she didn't even move. And so he decided to move her, and she was as stiff as a board. He took off the covers, and they realized that she had horseshoes on her hands and feet. They were really scared, and they decided to call a doctor and another priest. While they waited for the priest and the doctor, they were talking, and they got to the conclusion that maybe the two men the blacksmith saw weren't really people. Maybe they were demons that were carrying her in the shape of a mule to punish her for their sin that they were doing. When the doctor got there, he examined her, and when he was checking her, you could see the whips on her back that the two men or the demons had done to her. The four men decided to make a hole in his backyard so nobody else would find out about this, and they buried her in there. They promised never to talk to this again to anybody. That same day, the priest decided to leave the town, terrified. Nobody heard from him again. Some people say he hung himself out of guilt, but nobody's for sure. Since this happened, some people say that they've seen a terrible monster-like figure, half woman, half mule, walking down the street where the priestess' house was. She is damned to be like this for all eternity. She scares people who are just walking by there. She scares them because that's what she's supposed to do now, I guess. So yeah, all some people can hear sometimes is a click clack of her horseshoes that the blacksmith put on her. And that's the story for today. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe, and click on the little bell because YouTube doesn't really tell you when I upload a new video. So if you could do that, you would help me a lot, and share it with your friends. Thank you. Bye.